Imagine if Saitama went to Hogwarts. Now fortunately, you don't have to imagine that because it already exists. Mashle, magic and muscle. In a world full of magic, where children are killed if they don't possess magical abilities, in this dark, hopeless world, deep in a forest lives Mashle, a guy who can't use magic, so he spends his days bulking up. But one day, everything changes for the worse. Mash finishes his training, lifts up, looks right in the camera and says, "There is nothing like a cream puff after pumping iron." Mashle then goes back to his house where he lives with his father and he makes a horrifying realization. He doesn't remember whether to push or pull to open the door. So he just breaks it off its hinges, like a normal person does, which makes his father mad at him. So Mash tries to fix it. Later in the day, when Mash's dad goes out to buy some stuff, he tells Mashle to don't venture into the city, which obviously Mashle does because he was out of cream puffs. So when he goes to the shop to get the cream puffs, he accidentally bends the coins because he was nervous and was having social anxiety. This guy is literally me. And then he proceeds to straighten the coins in front of the shopkeeper, which scares the bejesus out of him. So Mash gets his cream puffs and starts to head back home. But before he can get back, he's stopped by a bunch of cops who are like, "Look at him, no magic brat, eating cream puffs like that." And Mash says, "Nom nom 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 nom." They're about to take Mash to the jail when his dad decides to come in clutch and rescues him. But one of the police guys puts a tracker on them, which tracks them back to their house, and then the police bust into their house because Mash has no mark, hence he is magicless, and there is a rule in this world that if you don't have a mark, you are going to get killed. Okay, so the guy tries to interrogate Mash's father to tell him where Mash really is, and here is where you learn that the guy who we think is Mash's father is actually not his father, but a random guy who has lived a terrible life and has found Mash lying on the side of the road when he was about to give up on his own, and Mash being the shining ray of light in his otherwise dark world. And then we are pulled back to the present, and Mash's dad is just inches away from death, and then Mash opens the door the only way he can, beats the shirt off this guy, and then confronts the main guy, once again being the ray of hope in the old man's life. "A magicless brat like you trying to face me, eat this." And Mash goes, "I only eat cream puffs, stupid." This is not the original dialogue, but I was driven by pure hype when I wrote this. So Mash just slaps the guy's spell down, and then he sends an even powerful spell Mash's way, and he stops it like a fucking volleyball, impressing the inspector with his soft touch. Another spell, then another, and Mash starts juggling them now. Another spell, and look at those fucking dribbling skills. And then the guy's like, "Okay, I will leave you and your father alone, but you will have to be the magical visionary for me." Each year, the most brilliant student is chosen from the most prestigious high school, and she becomes the magical visionary, the leader of the magic world. You do that, and you will get your freedom back. I will get the fame and prestige that comes with it. That is Mashle, magic and muscle. We spend time with Mashle as he goes through high school, finding ways to fight people who use magic against him, and it's always funny. Crushing people who deny him and his father of a peaceful life. And it's amazing. The action is well animated, the jokes land all the time, and it's my favorite comedy anime. My opinion might be biased because when I watched Mashle, I was in a dark place in my life, and Mashle, it put a smile on my face, and I was laughing out the entire time I watched it. So yeah, that is why I'm recommending this to you. So yeah, new video every day. Bye.